All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome to the channel. I'll give you guys an update on the stock market technical analysis that I see in the markets, where I think we're heading, what's really going on. Let's get right into it. If you're new, just follow along, subscribe, hit the like button, and I keep everyone updated on the read of the markets so that you can trade accordingly. I get it right most of the time. A lot of the time I get it right. Sometimes I get it wrong. That's just the nature of the game. And then it comes down to risk management. So let's get right into it. Nasdaq Features. This is a grind session that we're seeing today, just kind of a consolidation. We sold off into this range right here. We're just kind of grinding around and just consolidating. So moving on from that, same thing with the Qs. Bearish rising wedge here, and we broke. And basically, we're just now, this is the range that you need to pay attention to. If I go to the, well, I guess the hourly shows it, but we've got 214.50 and we've got about 212, 212.30, 212, somewhere right in there. That's your range. And we're just consolidating. We're not really doing anything. We're just bouncing around. If I go to the 1 minute, look, here's the range. So we gap lower, instantly recovered the range, and then just have been pretty much range bound all day. So you can trade it. You can trade the range. I don't expect it to stay in this range too long, but look, you run up to 214. 214.50's resistance. We didn't quite get there. Seller stepped in and shorted it, sold, ran all the way down to support, and this is the range. So we're looking for this thing to break this range eventually, but we might have a day or two of consolidation. Probably move here pretty soon, but again, and we're looking at the target right now, kind of the near-term target is right around this 203 to 204, somewhere right in there. I don't have it quite marked out. It's basically right about there. So let me see if I can mark this in a different color, just to kind of point that out. We'll make it green or something. All right, so I think we're going to break this range and head down there. That's what I think was happening. SPY, same thing. We had the false breakout right here. Here's the hourly chart. See the false breakout where you broke to new highs after this purple zone has been just a consolidation range. So we chopped around in this for a little while. Then we broke out to the upside, failed, and have since failed back down to the consolidation range. And look, we're just sitting on support right here, 280, and just kind of hugging it. We're not moving off of it, so I read that as bearish because you're not bouncing off of it and moving higher, just kind of hugging it like it's got no more energy to move higher. It just is holding. XLV, we broke down, bearish rising wedge, consolidating today, not doing a whole lot, but working its way lower. So I think we're heading down to this 95.27. That's the next range. On the upside, we've got this range right here at 98.72, and I think this is heading lower. XLF, clean breakdown of the bearish flag. So you've got the flagpole, which is this. This is a big pattern, but look, there's your flagpole, there's your flag, and measure target. You break down, you break out of the flag, and that puts us, way lower. So that's what XLF says we're going to do. Although it's not objective right here, and it's not really that impulsive either. The breakdown hasn't been that impulsive. So for me, I'm staying off this one. I've got other areas that I'm going to focus on. Microsoft just chopping around in this flag, doing nothing. I mean, the stock's gone nowhere basically for, look, ultimately it's gone nowhere even since it broke down right here, 176. Yeah, we came down, but no real big moves. So just kind of consolidating. Apple. All right, Apple. So bearish. Here's your rising channel, price channel. We broke down barely, just kind of limping around. Broke down right there. This black line is your decade-long bull market trend line. I'll show that by going to like a daily chart. Or actually, let's go to a weekly. Decade-long bull market going all the way back to 2009 lows right there. All right, so that's what we're trading around right now. We're trading around this major trend line. So you can see it right there, just barely above it. I think we get some selling in Apple this week. But as of today, we're just kind of holding, so we'll see. Google, chopping around, nothing really to talk about. I mean, we're in the middle of the range right now for on Google, so this is kind of a no man's land. There's really nothing to do there, personally. Amazon broke down. Here's the breakdown. We did some back testing, and we're still holding below resistance. Resistance 2308, 2308, but it's a $2,000 stock. So, I mean, if you're at 2303, you can just call that flat. I mean, we're right there. So, not a good enough move to say that resistance is holding. For me, this one's a no touch as well. Costco, you know, breaking down, grinding lower, nothing impulsive, but working its way lower. I have a small short position on Costco. It's profitable, but not by much. You know, this one, I don't know. If you're interested in Costco and you want me to chart this out, I can. I don't have my lines up on this right now. So leave a comment below if you want me to chart that out. I'll put it in the next video. Walmart, I have a larger short position on Walmart. False breakout right here. So this whole price action right here was a false breakout with a gap lower. So also an island top reversal. We broke down, back tested resistance right here. And we're breaking down. It did kind of another back test today, but still working its way lower. So 117 or 118 basically is the next level. That's the next level of kind of major support. I think we head down there. SOXX breaking down, bearish rising wedge. So, you know, here's your bearish rising wedge that we had. We broke down on Friday, and we're just kind of, you know, we broke down impulsively, and we're not moving lower today, but we're not moving higher. So you got to read that as bearish. And the reason why is because it broke down, you know, it broke down the bearish pattern, and all price action has been either consolidating or moving lower since. So I think we work our way lower down to 215. Tesla, same kind of deal. Let's go to the 1 minute to show this one because it's trading. Look, Tesla's just holding. Here's your resistance right here. 274.55, right around there. It keeps popping it slightly, but it can't break it. It's not able to break it. We impulsively ran right up to it today and just stopped short right there. Popped it, popped it, popped it, popped it, popped it again right here. Have not been able to impulsively move beyond this range. So I read that as resistance is holding. We did have a reversal up here. We had an outside day reversal on the daily chart. So if I go to the daily here, there it is right there. That's your outside reversal day. Followed with confirmation, here's a confirming candle. And this is on the daily chart. So when you get these kinds of things, that tells me that this was the top of this rally on the daily chart. We should head lower. And I'm looking for gap fill right here, 252, 251. It's either going to stop a little bit short of gap fill before maybe moving a little higher, or it's going to undercut it, or potentially just sell off and move lower. Who knows? But regardless, if you're trading, you need to have profit targets. That's important. So for me, 250, 252 is basically the profit target. I'll probably step in a little bit early, but not too much. And so far, it's good. You know, it's holding resistance right here. So look at that. See these wicking candles? It pops it, can't move above. So that tells me as long as we close around here, we're going to move lower. And either tomorrow or the next day, probably get down to the profit target. Okay, guys, that's it for the video today. There's just not a lot going on today, so I'm going to keep it short, get it out there, let everyone kind of refresh on the charts after the weekend, and we'll probably, if there's no real action happening the rest of the day, then we'll probably start up some more action, you know, probably start tomorrow. But today we're just kind of consolidating. So give me a thumbs up if you appreciate it, and thank you. Catch you guys on the next one.